Hey guys, welcome back. I know I haven't posted much of anything over the last, week or two. I've been just started back up and working finally, again, after about 4 months. So my YouTube content's not going to be as much, at least not as common, on top of me losing that magnet, so. But I do have another deal here I'm going to be working on. And this is an old spare tire assembly. Well, not assembly, it's spare tire, not jack. I don't know what you'd call it. It's to suspend the spare tire up underneath the vehicle. And I'd gotten this from my in-laws who had this out there in their shop for about 30 years, he said. And it needs cleaned up. I got a whole bunch of mud daubers in there, mud dauber nests inside, along with spider webs. And I tried turning it. It doesn't turn much. So I'm going to take it apart, clean it out, and put grease in it and so on, and put it all back together, and should be able to use this on my trailer later on whenever I get this done. I want to paint it up also, make it look all nice. And granted, I know it's not going to be seen, but it'll help prevent it from getting rusted out. So I want to take this apart and clean it out. So this is the center point that does all the work. I'm talking on the video. This is the center point that does all the work. Not really sure what this pin here does, but it's directly hooked up to this spring on the back side, as you can see. This has the cogs on it that operate on here. Cogs here. So this, I'm not real sure how that's supposed to work and all, but they seem to be on here. They seem to be going in the same direction. So maybe that's just to help keep it suspended, keep it locked in a manner of speaking. Let's go ahead and pull this on off. Oh, no, hold on. so I'm gonna go ahead and take this stuff on outside, go ahead and throw some paint on it, and let it dry for a couple hours, and come back in and grease it up and put it back together. Alright guys, so I completely forgot to hit play whenever I was out there painting this stuff up. I had the camera out there and everything, and I just completely forgot to hit the play button. So I do not have the painting on camera, but I will show you guys everything I've done on what it looks like and everything. Now let me get this stuff cleaned off a little bit more. This is the next day, because since it's getting a little bit colder, it's getting a little bit harder. Well, it takes a little bit longer for the paint to dry. So here's the back casing where the spring and cogs and everything go. Here's the main frame. Oh, I don't know if yeah, this is the main backer here. This is the frame for it all. Nice and all looking nice and everything. And this here, I went ahead and painted it red. And the reason why I painted it red is because whenever I go to put this back up, whenever I go to put this up underneath the trailer for the spare tire, and it's getting kind of dark out or any other reason, I can actually see this color a lot better up underneath the trailer than black, because it'll stick out like a sore thumb. It's like a sore thumb, because everything else underneath the trailer is either very darkish brown or black itself. So that way I can be able to find this and be able to stick the handle in and be able to raise it up and lower it down. And of course all the small components I had painted up. These here, these are some of the spacers for the frame and the chain hold, and the chain itself, so that way it doesn't rust on me at all. And while I was at it, I went ahead and did a vinegar bath on everything, everything else except for the springs. I was kind of worried about the springs breaking breaking, so I went ahead and left those out. They should be easy to clean up, but I'm going to be cleaning up these other parts and start putting it back together. Alrighty guys, so I got it done. I got it put back together, cleaned up and greased up. I forgot, whenever I was sitting here trying to spin this, trying to figure out why it wasn't spinning, I forgot that this little pin, remember that little pin that's inside that center sleeve? That has to be pushed in order for this thing to rotate. So it is up and going, and hopefully I'll be able to put this all together this weekend on my trailer along with the ramps. I'm hoping I'll be able to do that this weekend with the camera and everything. Be able to get you guys to show you guys that as well, and some of the things I've done with my trailer. And because I've done a lot of work with it over the last year or so. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys if I remember to. And like I said, go over some things with you and show you some things I'm wanting to do. So, moving on, we are in Hebrews chapter 10, verses 19 through 25 for the video verse. And it says, "Therefore, brothers and sisters, since we have boldness to enter the sanctuary through the blood of Jesus, he has inaugurated for us a new and living way through the curtain, that is, through his flesh. And since we have a great high priest over the house of God, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, with our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed in pure water. Let us hold on to the confession of our hope without wavering, since he who promised is faithful. And let us watch out for one another to provoke love and good works, not neglecting to gather together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging each other, and all the more as you see the day approaching." And that is Hebrews chapter 10, verses 19 through 25. And I'll see you guys in the next one.